Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now the second-year man back from injury. It's Breece Hall. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of the carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to go. They'd love to hang a second one right here, right now.
Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
You don't see too many cornerbacks coming up with hits like that in the running game. He announced his presence right there and knocked it back for a loss.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? Racing to the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Alan Lazard, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Makes the score Jets 7, Cowboys 0.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. There's big Quentin Williams, the all-pro, in on the tackle. You talk about this Jets defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Prescott from the gun. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. The Cowboys 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Prescott off play action. This is caught. It's Cooks. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off inside the 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Pushes him over. Taking it right down Broadway. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kareem Hunt halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, look and repeat that, Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gonna look deep for Wilson. All right, rifles one, and that's gonna be intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. 77 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You talk about this Jets defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Prescott on 1st down. Another completion here to Hunt. Touchdown! Kareem Hunt. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Been a little bit of an interesting start, the first drive for him, Charles. Now Cook hit and he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
First down, Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Looking to throw. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Hunt will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of this season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold the blocks just a little bit longer.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 38-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite criticism as he gets the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Hardman on the return. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by DeMarvion Overshown. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Prescott now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And that's complete to Coates. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Here's Hardman to return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Going right back to Wilson. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
5 yards remain on 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On play action, Prescott. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is
these
Jonathan
two coaching
Coachman.
staffs
He has
likely
REA
going through their
Sports
final
halftime
adjustments
report.
for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Now he's loose at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
To throw is Rodgers. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Rolling to his right. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Rodgers now to throw. Taking in left side, it's Wilson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in 1 play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound, and the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Prescott. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. This is fielded at the 27. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Into space at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kareem Hunt with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Cowboys 16.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Mozzie Smith, first-round pick, there on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Back now here on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
88.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. As they'll wind up getting close to 10 yards there. They only needed 1 on 4th and 1. Give to Cook out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Marquise Bell. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time You lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Hunt will try going up the middle. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. C.J. Mosley getting to him behind the line of scrimmage there. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Off to the races. Garrett Wilson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long. And a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go through with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
CD with the catch, of course, coming off of a monstrous 2022 with the Cowboys. 5th in the league in catches, 6th in yards, and took that jump from being a star to one of the league's elite wide receivers.
Here's Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! CD Lamb, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys are on their way to a 2-0 start. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This is 1st and 10. On 1st down, Rodgers. And his throw is incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. Now he's loose at the 30. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutout.